Hello there. I am Jim Elizondo from Real World Ranching, and our goal, as you know, is to help you maximize productivity while improving your land faster. I hope you're well and are enjoying your day or your evening after work. I really believe in taking some time to enjoy life and what God offers us every day. As you may know, we have created different online courses at Real World Ranching to help livestock farmers and ranchers improve their land the fastest while maximizing productivity. We concentrate on following nature to maintain our costs low and create real wealth in your properties. Things like understanding the stocking rate, the higher number of productive livestock we can maintain at a low cost per year determines profitability on a farm, and how real life fertility determines profits on a cow or a ewe. Increasing fertility in our soil by creating more slow cycling organic matter, greatly increasing grass production per acre by managing our livestock grazing to create leafier regrowth after each graze, lowering hay cost by stockpiling deferred paddocks for later use, having our females give birth when we have abundant green grass and best temperatures for newborn survival, understanding how the rumen functions for optimal livestock health, which is needed for the best performance and conversion efficiency of your grass to saleable products. The Total Grazing Academy offers these four online courses together as they are much more effective when you implement them together. And they are the Total Grazing Program, Adapted Genetics and Selection, Optimal Birthing Season, and Nutrition. The Total Grazing Academy window is closing this Thursday. Do not wait and lose this opportunity to improve your land the fastest while you maximize your profits, and all at a very low cost. Enroll now at www.rwranching.com/enroll. And we only open this every so often. It's not all the time. So I really want you to take advantage of this. You see, in nature, implementing these four pillars together, the results are amazing. We have case studies where the stocking rate has increased 5 times over the county average, and all this without feeding hay, which the neighbors feed for months. Most of livestock owners that have taken this Total Grazing Academy report much more grass being produced, stockpile in acres for the first time, and greatly reduce hay cost by utilizing this stockpile grass with their livestock maintained in good body condition through the difficult seasons of the year. Now, please remember that we only do high harvest efficiency grazing on grass that is well recovered, and we do this to avoid the roots shortening. Maybe you want to hear some other people's stories, right? Well, we have many testimonies, and some of them may be of people that you know. Josh in North Carolina harvested 336 cow days per acre with non-selective grazing of his season-long stockpile. 336 cow days means that 1 acre was able to furnish enough forage to fully satisfy 336 cows for 1 day. Isn't this amazing? This is some very high grazing efficiency and very high pre-grazing forage volume achieved by full season stockpile. By following nature when managing your grazing, you can greatly increase your stocking rate and your grass and soil productivity. And this is explained in the Total Grazing Program online and on-demand course. Josh has been having great success implementing correctly the whole Total Grazing Academy. Not just the grazing management, but the nutrition, the adapted genetics and selection, and the optimal calving season. His genetics are getting better every passing year, and they in turn help him to achieve higher grazing efficiency without losing productivity in his cattle at a very high stocking rate. And since stocking rate determines profits and future productivity, if you do not overgraze, his land will keep improving under his management. Josh is a happy man doing what he loves while providing his clients with excellent regeneratively raised beef of the highest quality, as he does not use any chemical or poison on his land or livestock. Understanding nutrition and how the rumen functions is very important, especially when you're grazing green cool season grasses or over mature warm season grasses. Once you understand a little about nutrition, you can enhance your livestock health, performance, and conversion efficiency, which is how many pounds of grass are needed per pound of beef or pound of milk produced. Now I want to talk to you about a student in Missouri. I met Tauna and her husband, in 2013-2014 while teaching a grazing course over there. Recently, she enrolled in the Total Grazing Academy, I mean like 3 years ago, and has made great strides in improving her land with her adapted genetics livestock, calving at the right time of the year and correctly managing them for best health. Not many people around her part of the USA are having the results that she has achieved. This is what Tauna of Missouri wrote. Here is what the total grazing protocol looks like at the end of 3 months of a D3 drought. Wow, look at the grass. And the picture shows green and tall grass with livestock grazing it. She proceeded to say that the cows are fat with plenty of forage ahead of them. Now that it has rained, I am looking at having around 200 acres of quality and quantity of winter stockpile for strip grazing. Missouri claims the mantra of being only 2 weeks from a drought, and that is because when the rains turns off, the clay soil turns into concrete, impossible for short roots to grow or even to stay alive. Proper grazing creates deep roots, giving native and desirable species the best opportunity to thrive, as well as giving a safe harbor to wildlife. That's what she wrote. And we focus on high quality grass in the green season. Hear what Amy in Central Texas wrote: reaping the benefits of total grazing, coming back to where we started, to an ocean of leafy, wheat sparse, jewel colored grass. And Michael in Georgia wrote, this field was total grazed at 1 million pounds of stock density, 4 to 5 moves per day, 45 days ago, showing a picture of his pasture of leafy, well-recovered warm season perennial grass. Under the total grazing program, we focus on creating stronger and deeper roots in our desirable species so they can take over the pasture. We cannot continue without talking about the huge savings on hay by using stockpile grass instead. Hear what Roman in Wisconsin wrote about saving money on hay. I am still grazing thanks to the total grazing program. This was in the winter, full of snow. I hope to get another 4 weeks of grazing. Whoa, what a difference it makes, saving around $375 a day. That's after figuring in $200 per acre opportunity rent. It doesn't take long to pay for the cost of the program, and I will add that is only on hay savings. And this total grazing program, which creates a large acreage of stockpile grass, can also be used with sheep. Hear what David in Scotland wrote. My ewes and gimmers on winter pasture. His picture shows sheep grazing stockpile grass, raising them on the fur pasture as if they were cows. In other environments, especially on warm season perennial grass stockpile, it may be necessary to offer a small amount of high protein supplement to keep the livestock rumen functioning. Mark wrote, 2 strips of stockpile down. You can see the green regrowth in the distance, and I am happy with how everything's going. On adapted genetics and selection, hear what Adam from Australia wrote. Our breeder mob is on into another new paddock. It's been a dry 7 months for us, but we're hanging in there well. Notice how sleek and shiny the Mashona crosses, orange tax winners are. They are really thriving under these tough conditions. And then real-life fertility goes up. Listen to what he wrote. We pre-checked our heifers, and on our worst hit year on record, we had 55 breed up. Approximately 38% of the grass genetics Angus and 70% breed up on our one-quarter Machona heifers. Adam has been keen on implementing correctly the total grazing program as he is observing the benefits to his cattle and to his land. You see, when we start selecting, following nature, our livestock become more resistant to parasites and diseases. They can do more with less and are much easier to manage at a very low cost. All of these things are needed to use our livestock to improve the land on which they graze by following our total grazing program management. Adam is really focused on increasing his grass quality and he's measuring the bricks on his grasses and clovers. And this is what he wrote. Last year, I spent a considerable amount of time in the spring to increase the bricks levels in our grasses. I was spraying with foliar nutrients to address deficiencies shown in SAP analysis, but I never had much luck. The conclusion was that I was getting nutrient imbalances caused by low microbial activity. Our bricks stalled at 3%. Yesterday, I pulled a sample from our first winter stockpile paddock, and the bricks was 11%. This is nearly a 4 times increase. Lots of those extra sugars will be available for both the cattle and soil microbial community. 4 times increase, and I didn't have to pay a cent. Makes me a happy farmer. Well, then our soil fertility increases due to higher slow cycling organic matter, which makes grass productivity soar. Hear what Pietro in Florida wrote. This is my third summer of total grazing. Some interesting things happened. I was able to tap an additional source of revenue by collecting seed. This summer, 40 pairs total graze on only 15 acres. This provided the opportunity to harvest Argentine Bahia seed on part of the remaining acreage yesterday. Using only 15 acres in the green season means that he was able to stockpile the rest of his property for the coming winter to use instead of the expensive hay that his neighbors feed all winter. Or what another student, Simon in Australia, wrote, I sowed a paddock today that had been stockpiled and then grazed the other day, and it has gone from heavily compacted, shallow clay soil that barely grew carpet grass a few years ago to dark, rich soil full of worms. I couldn't believe it. Thanks to Jim and the group for the information and support. But what about the dry season in low rainfall environments? Well, listen to what Nicholas in South Africa wrote. The first two pictures are stockpiled before grazing. The last photo is after grazing. We have less than 2 months of the dry season left, and I don't think we're going to use half of our stockpile area. Cows are still in good condition, and thanks for the program. Well, this means he can now increase his stocking rate. Or what David wrote in August 2023, really struggling in Texas Gulf Coast right now. Only been 2.35 inches of rain since May, but still working on the plan and are very happy with the results. Seeing bluestem, crabgrass, Johnson grass, and Bermuda grass, which are new species on my newly acquired farm. Seeing signs of dung beetles, which I haven't seen before. Cows are in great shape, and I had a great surprise. 100% pregnancy on all cows and heifers. Now, let's talk about the optimal birthing season. Here is what Jesse wrote. 75% of the calf crop was born in the first 30 days of the calving season. Or Dan, who wrote, I am happy with my decision to calve starting in mid-April because they've been able to put on body condition these last 3 weeks. He is in Central Texas. Once you learn the basics of these 4 pillars, you can apply them to your specific conditions and time constraints. Hear what Trek in Ohio wrote. Non-selective grazing over week or so long stays at a leased property. Mashona influence on caps is tremendous. Jim telling us to do the best we could do at least land was excellent advice and is working well without a huge amount of labor. But strategic fencing is a necessity. And people taking the Total Grazing Academy are really happy. Hear what Steve wrote. This real world ranching education is, well, I'm 72 years old and suddenly feel like a kid with a new toy. It works. I've tried to prove it wrong, but I can't. I've made several changes at the farm over the past several years, but nothing paying back as quickly and as much as total grazing. Thank you, Jaime Elizondo. Lenny wrote, I have been total grazing for 2 years. I have followed you for 3 years on YouTube and want to make sure I am starting this year out right. Since I have been total grazing, my grass has doubled each year. I have picked up a couple of new ideas from the grazing course. The course has been great, and Jim and his helpers are fantastic. And now our students are even getting recognition from others. In Australia, Adam wrote, Australia's national rural paper is interested in what we are doing, and he sent a picture of the issue where his farm is featured. Congratulations. And in Hungary, Andrew wrote, received the Young Agricultural Professional of the Year 2023 Agricultural Grand Prize in Hungary for grazing practices. Now, I want you to enroll in the Total Grazing Academy at www.rwranching.com/enroll to get the same or even better results as these students, but on your own property and with your own livestock. Enrollment closes this Thursday, so we just have a few days left before enrollment ends. I hope to see you all in our first Q&A session after you receive access to the Academy.